Hey guys, good evening to everybody. It's been a wonderful Saturday so far. I'm excited and happy to be here. I scheduled a live stream where we will have conversations and you will get to ask me questions. I think that my host, so to say, even though it's happening on my timeline, are having some issues, technical issues, basically, I feel so, and they have not been able to join the live stream. But when they join, I will bring them and they will join me on this live stream. But this is an opportunity now. It's just to have conversations, okay? Just to have conversations and chit chat with Emeka Nobis, where you get to ask me questions. You can ask me questions relating to life, relating to success. I feel that quite a lot of individuals. Today I made a post about how I am now not investing per se, but buying stakes in companies. Basically, I'm not looking at multi-million naira deals. I'm looking at companies that I can even buy a stake for, say, 1 million or 2 million. And I take a stake of 20% or 30% or 40%, as the case may be, uh, except if I am doing a co-founding situation. For example, I have a company that I have co-founded with my partner Namdi Ibe, and we do 50-50%. But my real estate company, I have a 30% stake. Then I have a 20% stake in Akara Boy NG. And today again, I had another company where I took 40% stake. And so some individuals are asking, Emeka, how are you doing it? How are you able to do the things you do and all the things that all the energy you invest and all that and all that. And so we decided to have this conversation. So if you're tuning in, please let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm seeing all your names at the back end, and I can say hello to you. And you can also invite your friends to be part of this live stream. And I believe that I am quite audible enough for you to hear me. It's a Saturday evening. I'm at home and I'm done with work for today, and I decided to come on this live stream. It's been a very stressful 2 weeks because I'm planning for my birthday on the 1st of July and then another event for the 2nd of July. For the 1st of July, I have conversations with the sage and where we are looking forward to having 1,500 individuals in the hall. And I have seven speakers who will do justice to different topics for the day, and then two special panel sessions, one on leadership and one with a 93-year-old man, where we will be asking him questions regarding to life, successes, health, and wealth. Okay, so this is your opportunity to ask me questions. This is just an opportunity for you to ask me questions, okay? So let me say welcome to people who have joined in. Israel Godwin, thank you so much for being here. Josiah Ihechukude, thank you for being here. Please, you can go tag your friends, invite your friends, invite those you know that know me, invite them, tag them, mention them in the comment section, and let them join. So I'm going to be answering your questions that have to do with sales, that have to do with my life, that have to do with success, you know. And so anyone that I can answer, because I'm not an expert in everything, I will answer you from the depth of my heart, right? So those things that you have been thinking to ask me, to ask Emeka Nobis, today you can ask me, and I'll be here for the next 1 hour, and then I will give you honest answers, okay? So Josiah Ihechukude is here. Giles Samuels is here. Thank you for coming, for tuning into this live stream. Chidera Okafo from Port Harcourt. Thank you. Bauchi Onyinye, Amaka Chosen, Giles Samuels from Owerri, Medinat from Lagos, Faith Ohaju from Ibadan, and Chidera Okafo. Of course, my wife is joining from from the city room or from the parlor. Funny. All right, so guys, so you can ask me questions that have to do with maybe you have been observing me on my timeline, observing the things that I do. I think this is the opportunity for you to ask me those questions. All right, I think this is the opportunity for you to ask me those questions. Perhaps you are awed by the way that I host events. I mean, ask me. Those things that you heard that you have been Prince Charles, you're asking how does your lessons apply specifically for a music artist? When you talk about lessons, what kind of lessons are you talking about? I need you to tell me. So, okay, I have one of my hosts. Ella is here with me. Ella Obans is here with me. I want to ask Prince Charles. Um,
Yes.
you're asking how does your lessons apply specifically for a music artist? And I want to ask you, what are those lessons that you're talking about? All right? What are those lessons that you're talking about? I need to know the specific lessons and how you think that so I can answer that question correctly. All right. So, Medinat, how do you constantly make sales with your products and services? How do you keep up with social media critics? Medinat, I know you've known me over the years. Basically, how I keep up with making constantly make sales is because number one, I create products that solve problems. Number one, I create products that solve problems. Products like books, coaching experiences, online courses, trainings, products that solve people's experiences. For example, the last one that I created in December has done more than $50,000. And why did I make such an amount of money? Because that particular training solves a problem. It solves the problem of how can people grow a social media audience that actually gives them money. It's not about growing a social media audience and getting hundreds of thousands of followers. We're talking about how you can grow a social media audience that is loyal to you, a social media audience that is sympathetic to your goals, your visions, and your aspirations, and a social media audience that will buy into the product that you're creating so that they can have an enviable future for themselves, a profitable future for themselves. And so, number one is that I have to create those products. Number two is that I consistently show up to make sales, consistently show up to make offers. So there's no day that goes by. If you check my social media posts every blessed day, there's no day that goes by that I do not make an offer. I think like a businessman. Businesses all around you, they open up because they want to make sales. And so the same thing with me. I want to make sales because I have a mindset that if money has to be spent every day, then money has to be made every day. I have moved away from the mindset that I want to make money after every 30 days, after a 30-day cycle. No, money has to be made every day. So every day I have to wake up and I have to make an offer to people. And because I consistently work on growing my audience, I now have an audience of individuals who listen to me, who have problems, and then I create products that solve their problems. And I have to consistently make an offer that will solve their problems. All right. So that's it. That is how I constantly make sales. And there are many strategies. And I want you to understand that I cannot compile all the strategies in this particular session. And so my friend and I, Tobere Olumoye and we came up with a training called Sell Offline, Sell Online. Olumoye has experience in selling offline. I have a lot of experience when it has to do selling online. And so we came together, two of us, and we decided to do a training. It's a video training. We have done 20 videos for individuals. She teaches how to make sales online, sorry, offline, and I'll teach you how to make sales online. So if you're interested, for now, that particular training is just for $6, just 3,000 naira. If you're interested, reach out to me after this session, and I will give you the link to join the WhatsApp group. The video training will be fully launched on the 3rd of July. That is a day immediately after, sorry, 2 days after my birthday. We will release all the trainings, all the videos, so that you can have access to them and you can watch and learn from us how you can make sales consistently. So I will enjoin you, if you're here and you're listening to me, to be part of that training. Join the WhatsApp group, the waiting list, and you will be able to buy the training, and on the day that we release the training, because when we release the training, the pre-order amount is going to go from 3,000 at the T, $6 to 5,000, which is $10. All right. So Medina, reach out to me after this training. If you're not yet in that WhatsApp wait list, do best be do yourself the honors of joining that wait list. Okay. Now the other thing you're asking me is, how do you stay to keep up with social media critics? Well, you need to realize that there's a difference. There are social media critics. Criticism in itself is not a bad thing, actually, but I have come to have a differentiation. If you are criticizing me because you want to vilify me, you want to condemn me without facts, or you're just out there to troll me, then I will not pay you attention. But if you're criticizing me because you have seen the things that I have done, and you feel that there are certain places that I have to polish, then I will pay attention to you. For example, I was seeing a movie today by Denzel Washington, and I saw in the movie where Denzel was the main actor in the movie, all right, and he wanted to bring down a drug cartel, a Russian drug lord, for example. And I'm thinking this Russian drug lord has tons of bodyguards around him, and this man was able, the Washington was able to
Okay.
I was just like, how can this be possible? I mean, the movie, but then in real life, it's not possible. So to critique a movie that way is to vilify or to just attention to you, because I don't give energies to those individuals. If I consistently give energy, that would be of great help. You have the power not to give these people. You have the power not to give them um, attention. You have the power. So that is how I deal. All right. That is how I basically.
Is it my network?
Yeah, I think network is giving a little bit of an issue, guys. I'm sorry about that, but we will. So Ella, can you hear me?
Yes. Good evening, sir. I can hear you.
All right. Good evening. Welcome. I think you had some issues joining, but you're
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So let's. I think I'll have to deal with the questions you have already for me, because you guys have already written out questions, and maybe after that I will be able to answer the questions that have been thrown to us by the public that are here. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, trust GBC, you're asking me, how can you get clients and how do you grow your social media audience? Trust. I have a training on that. I have a training on that already, which is what I spoke about. Simple thing is to go and buy the training and participate. I mean, if I have a training and I'm coming here to start to tell you everything about the training, then it doesn't make sense. So you go, the training currently right now is 10,000 naira, it's still peanuts. So you buy it, or you buy the book. The book, How to Grow a Social Media Audience That Gives You Money, will be out on the 1st of July. So you can buy the book on that very day. You can buy the book for 5,000 naira. And then after that day, you'll buy the book for 6,000. So within the book, you'll be able to understand how you can grow your social media audience as a graphic designer, and then you can make money as a graphic designer. All right. So, Ella, you got questions for me now? Ella, do you have a question for me? I think Ella is having some issues, so I will continue. I will continue. All right. Peter Elias, for someone who hasn't taken steps towards charting a path in the digital space, the answer is simple, isn't it? What advice could you give to such a person as a starter? I mean, the answer is simple to start. To start, Peter, the online space is very vast. And if you want to start out, I will advise that you start out on social media. All right. I will advise that you start out on social media to grow your path on this digital space. And I can tell you that my training is the best for you. All right. It's very simple, it's easy to understand. So go get the training, how to grow a social media audience that gives you money. It's affordable. So reach out to me, inbox, and I can give you the link to be able to get that and sort that out. All right. I saw your followers. Trust, this is about the fourth time that you're asking me this particular question. And you say you are shocked about the number of followers I have and you want to be like me. But you don't want to do the things that you should do to be able to be like me. I've given you the link and you keep placing the same comment over and over and over. Placing the comment will not help you. What will help you is to go and get the training. All right? Go and get the training and all right, good evening, sir. In the creation of knowledge products for sale, what is advice for a starter? So my advice for you as a starter is number one, do not create products because you are hungry. If you create products because you're hungry, you will find out that it will affect the core essence of the course or of the knowledge product. People could see through you because you're not in a state of place where hunger is great. But what I'm saying is that I see a lot of individuals who create products because they are just hungry, and it will affect both the essence of the course, the content of the product, and also how they sell. They use gimmicks a lot. They use a lot of pushy tactics to be able to get people to buy because they are hungry and they really want to make money. So what I would advise you is create your products with honesty. Create your products and tell yourself, if I'm the one that is going to take this course, will I be able to take in something shitty? Will you be able to swallow shit because you're hungry? Will you be able to take in shit because you just really, I mean, put yourself in the place of your buyers and how they will feel if they buy something shitty for you. Put in all your best to be able to create the course and push out. So it doesn't matter the level where you are per time. There are individuals that you're better than. If you have taken a step in life, there are individuals who have not taken steps. And so they are looking up to you to be able to take those steps. And so you are just a step ahead. Understand that you've got to be confident in what you're creating, create what it is, create what will solve specific problems for individuals, and through a sequential steps. All right, there must be sequential steps that they will take to be able to get some form of transformation if they grow, if they take your training or buy into your luggage product. Right. So create with integrity, create with great intent, create with the sensation that what you're creating is for someone and they should not take in shitty stuff just because you're creating a knowledge product. All right. So it's critically important for you to understand that. So by the way, guys, as I've said, on the 1st of July, I will be 43, and I'm inviting you to be part of conversations with the Dawn at 43. All right, 7 speakers is absolutely free here in the city of Port Harcourt. You can share these live streams so that other individuals can partake. So, but go and register. It's absolutely free to register. But I'm inviting you to come to Port Harcourt on the 1st of July. It's going to be an amazing time from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. in the evening. Absolutely free. Lemaco Hall at the George. Lemaco Hall. Lemaco is spelled as Lemaco. Lemaco Hall and Gardens in Ada George here in the city of Port Harcourt. It's absolutely free. You learn from all the speakers, you buy books, I mean, enjoy yourself, have connections, and go home very fulfilled. Trust me on that. All right. So the next question that I have here, how do I get questions how do I get persons to register for my trainings without all my posts all your posts should not be salesy. I mean, Emanuela, all your posts should not be salesy. Now, let me give you, you are coming for VIP intensive, and I know that you've paid for VIP intensive. If you are taking time to look through my timeline, how I have been marketing the VIP intensive, not all the posts that I've been making about VIP intensive are salesy. Now, there's something you have must have realized, Emanuela. Did you notice that people who have paid for this training have not even asked me the content of what I will be training? VIP sessions. They have not asked me the content of what I will be teaching. People that have not asked me, break it down. Let me know exactly what you're teaching. They have not asked. And if you noticed, I did not use that in the marketing of this intensive. I was marketing with food that you eat. I was marketing with the orderliness. I was marketing with the hotel where people will come to. Those were the things I was even marketing. If you check it, I marketed with the food that you eat, and people are like, wow, these people are amazing. This is what they're going to eat. This is what they're going to drink. And they signed up. So all your posts should not be salesy. All your posts should just be showing you enjoying yourself, showing that you are enjoying the process, showing that you are great at what you do. You don't need to all the time to tell them to buy or to pay, but just enjoy, being this morning I put out a post that was comical. I said, I mean, about an actor. I mean, I don't know if you watched that clip. So the man married three wives, and it was about leaving in the morning. And all the three wives came out, and they were dragging him. They wanted to have sex at the same time. And I just wrote a post and said, "This is how the VIP intensive participants will be. Will be. I mean, we're going to use enjoyment and connections to finish them. I mean, that's what it is, just for fun. Somebody was like, "Oh wow, I want to attend this. Oh wow, I want to do this." So if you notice the whole thing I was doing, I was not necessarily all the time sign up. I was just sharing what people would get at the VIP intensive, just being me and just enjoying the entire process. If you are always salesy all the time, people may look at you like you're a hustler. Anyway, that's what the online space entails. They may look at you like you're a hustler, but if you truly, genuinely show that your products or your trainings are very phenomenal and they are helping people and you're having fun doing it, individuals will believe in you, they will trust in you, and then you are able to buy and they're able to buy from you. So I need you to understand that. Ella, can you hear me right now?
Yes, sir. I can. I'm so sorry about
Network,
that. I had to
network is
reboot my.
showing me off and on.
Yes, but it's fine now. I'll fix it.
All
It's my
right,
Wi-Fi.
so let's go, man. Let's go.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. I sincerely appreciate you for out of your busy schedule, you're giving us this time out to share insights on some information that will be knowledgeable to everyone who is watching us this minute. And to you at the other end of the screen, please pay attention because these questions we compiled is the kind that is going to bring you clarity, especially if you are in some stages of your life. It's a very intentional question. Okay, without further ado, okay, sir, the first question I have here is, what advice? I actually picked it from the comment section. Someone asked that question when you made the video, or you posted the photo asking people to ask questions. Those are part of the questions that I think you were unable to see it or something, or the person posted it late. It says, what advice will you give someone who is still unsure of what they want to practice? And even in their unemployed states, is there a way out for them, or they are doomed? That's the question. What advice do you have for someone who is still unsure of what they want to practice, and they are still unemployed at the moment? Okay, you can't hear me.
Okay,
Oh,
I can hear you now. I can hear you. So what I will advise this individual, for example, it could be a very funny state for this person to think because he has no job. I wouldn't know who's supporting. I don't know if you are staying in your in your family house and you have food available. I think your problems are a little bit less. The tension is lesser. But imagine that you don't have these supporting elements. You don't have a house, family house where you can stay. You don't have somewhere that you can eat food. Because if you have somewhere to lay your head and you have food to eat when you wake up in the morning, I think your only problem now be how to make money to be able to even go out and do certain things. So if you got that, um, in that particular situation, I can advise you to go get a job, no matter how menial the job is. At least you can have some little amount of money to be able to take care of yourself. I had a chat with a lady today, and she told me how much she gets paid every month. And she walks to the office and walks back home. And she takes food from home and she goes to the office. And she's staying in a family house. And so she's not paying rent. So at the end of the month, she makes like 10 to 15,000 naira in savings, which is great, right? Which is great. I'm not saying it's fantastic, but it's still great. So,
For a start.
for a start, so this particular individual, now I will advise that you go get a job because when you have a job and you're making some amount of money, all right, means there's some form of stability in your head to be able to think through. The other thing I want to share is you need
Oh,
someone who can take you through the process. You will need someone who
hmm.
can take you through the process. All right. There are experts. There are expert. I'm not an expert in that area. That they will have a session with you and they will ask you certain relevant questions that will make them say these are the possible areas that you can delve in. These are possible areas you can delve in. So there are experts who are like that. I don't delve into everything, and I cannot promise you that I will help you, and I'm not helping you because that's not my forte. That's not my area. So it's to seek out for those individuals. I think some of them are called identity experts to help you to be able to identify the area specifically where you can be on. But the problem right now could be that these individuals actually charge money to be able to do this thing. And so if I refer you to any one of them, I don't know how it's going to be because most of them charge more than 50,000 naira for a session. But if you have that money, fine. They will help you to be able to critically assess where your path lies and then you follow through. Another thing I think that makes certain individuals to say that they don't know their path is because they are comparing themselves with a lot of individuals, all right, and they don't want to stick to one thing and push through. And so cryptocurrency is out there, they jump into cryptocurrency. Forex is there, they jump into forex. Which other one? Ebook money comes in, they jump into that. This one comes in, they jump into that. And so they are just all over the place without giving some energy and time to be able to push through a process. People who are looking at me today and asking, okay, Mecca, how are you able to now? You're now partnering with this individual, you're partnering with this person, you're partnering with because I've spent some time and energy focused on a path and getting better. I've worked with individuals, so I know how people think. I have created products, and so I know how to create a product. I'm running a business, so I know how to run a business. Even though my business is peculiar and not the same with other individual other businesses, but at least I'm running a business, And so now that I'm now partnering with people, nobody will now say Emeka Nobis is a hustler because I have taken my time to solidify my status as someone who's focused on a particular path, which is the knowledge industry, being a thought leader in the knowledge industry, right? Because you will know that I worked as an engineer and I resigned, and I'm now focusing on this. So I have cut my tooth, so to say, by focusing on a path. And so if you keep jumping all over the place, today you are here, next tomorrow you are here, tomorrow you are there, next tomorrow you will not have the energy to grow something. You won't have the energy to grow something because you just want to, you are grabbing at straws because somebody's telling you, now here where you do, money day here, you run in. Okay, my wife is making pap. Oh, but I said na pap, now they rain now. You run in to go and make pap. You will tire because by the time you start making the pap, waking up and trying to make this, you will say, man, this one don't they work again. They'll now tell you it's puff puff. You now rush to go and start making puff puff because I mean there are people who are like that. So stop comparing yourself. Stop looking at all the shiny things that are being thrown at you. Find one path. I mean, after having that identification done for you, find the path and stick to the path and keep growing with time. So all these companies that you're hearing me now that I'm delving into, trust me, none of them has made a 1 million naira a month. Sorry, apart from the real estate company. None of the other ones, my fashion company, the food company that I'm partnered now, and today I delved also into the tech space. None of them has made 1 million a month. But will they
Hmm.
make 1 million? Yes. The one that I partnered with today is doing 70,000 naira a month in profits. So there's a possibility for it to grow from 70,000 to 100,000 to 200,000 to 500,000, and possibly, of course, with more energy and more expansion, to start to make 1 million a month. So I am patient to grow with them.
Oh.
The food company that I'm delving into today, we are going to be spending 220 something thousand naira to make 374,000. Check the profit. Profit is not less than, is not up to 200,000. Am I making sense? But with
Yes.
consistency, with patience, we keep building. So, but individuals, they're not patient. They delve into this thing here. It's not working. It's not giving them 1 million. They just dive out. They rush into the next thing because they're looking for 1 million to just magically appear overnight. You will burn out. Not have process. You'll be. I don't know. So that's it. That's my answer to that particular question. All right. Yeah.
Whoa, that's really incredible. Thank you so much, sir. So, to anyone who is not sure about their stages in life, you've already heard it. Get a job first, because you can't pour from an empty drum. Get a job. It doesn't matter how little you're being paid. Get a job and start from there. Then you look for mentors and coaches in that particular area that are going to put you through into discovering yourself and knowing what part you are meant to venture into. And there comes the patient aspect. Be willing to start something and ensure you finish it to the end. Don't start halfway, because there are bumps along the road, because that is how every part is. There is always a bump along the road. So whenever you experience that, you keep on going and make sure you finish that. You give it enough patience to convince you whether it is the right thing for you to do or not. Thank you so much, sir. Patience, get a job, and get a
You're
coach
welcome.
or a mentor that is going to help you in that area. So, sir, I haven't answered that question. A lot of people want to venture into business, just like you said. You don't have to do all the business. You don't have to do everything you see online. You don't do forex today. Tomorrow you are doing crypto. The next day you're writing books, and the next day you're selling food, and the next day you are in Oriflame or maybe Long Reach. Like, you're just jumping everywhere. Wherever they tell you money is coming, and you're there. The question now another person asked is, what are the challenges of running a business online? But before I allow you to answer that question, I would want to know, you mentioned about you being initially being in the engineering sector, and someone wants to know, what was it like changing career as an engineer, knowing fully that you were married at the time and you have your family and a lot of responsibility and bills to pay, but you were able to transition so easily. How did it affect you? How were you able to navigate that transition stage? Is the question is coming from the same person? Was there any strategic thing that
So
happened?
when, when people say when people say that it was easy for me to transition, I usually laugh. I mean, it wasn't that easy for me to transition, but the transition was made easy because I prepared for it. The
Hmm.
transition was made
You can-
easy, so to say, because I prepared for it. Steps. Now, I desired and I decided to, or let me say, I started nurturing the ambition or the desire to move away from paid employment in the year 2010. I got that
Hmm.
job in 2006, and by 2010, I was already nurturing the idea to leave paid employment. All right. Now, for me to leave paid employment to start out what I am doing today, there has there have been individuals who walked the path. Am I making sense? Some individuals
Yes.
walked the path, and some of them have been able to document what they did to be able to leave paid employment to be. Their paths may not be completely identical to my own movement or my own journey, but they have done something that is actually enviable. And so what I did was first and foremost to go to these individuals to say, please, I am moving. This is my desire. This is what I want to do with my life. What should I do? So many of them began to give me, the Bible says, in the multitude of advisors or advice, there is safety. And so I began to collect ideas from them. I began to ask them specific questions. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? How did you deal with this? How did you deal with this one? And so they began to give me. So I would journey away from Port Harcourt all the way to Lagos, and I will attend classes by Fela Durotoye. And in that class, I'm able to ask certain questions. I went to people like Fela. I went to people like Steve Harris, who's no longer in Nigeria right now. He's in. I went to Bankole Williams. I spent like a week in Bankole Williams' house. So many individuals like that. I went to meet Victor Ebubas. I met Muteefi. Many of them, asking them. I went to meet Sam Obafemi. I went to meet a man called Tyler Lori. I was traveling to meet these individuals. I did not stay back in my house and I started praying to say, this individual, come to me now. No, I moved away and I took time, sacrifice to travel to Lagos to meet these individuals. And many of them were giving me pieces of advice what to do. Quite prominent in those pieces of advice was the fact they said, Mecca, this journey you're going into, you've got to be very visible. People need to see you. Your name has to ring the bell. And so what did I do? And I came up these tours that you saw me do last year. I had already done tours as far back as 2012, 2013. So with the little money, not little money, monies I was getting from my salaries. Somebody came to my office yesterday, day before yesterday, and he said, Emeka, I love you for the fact that you have what the spirit of delayed gratification. It's not when you just make 1 million, you take that 1 million now and go and stay in hotel and squash it and do big boy. Do you get? You take that same 1 million, cut off a little chunk of it that you can use for your enjoyment, and the rest you can put it into advancing your life. So from my salaries, I did tours. I went to Enugu, I went to Owerri, I went to Benin, and I was doing tours. I was in Jos, I was in Abuja. I was going to these different places, gathering people. And as I was doing all those things, people were helping me. In Benin, it was the room of the inner room of a pastor of Voice of Freedom Ministries that I gathered about 20, 25 individuals and I spoke to them. They knew who Emeka Nobis was. And then they went home understanding or knowing this brand called Emeka Nobis and also shared about me to the individuals that they come across. I went to Enugu, I did the same thing. I went to Jos, I did the same thing. And most of the times I wasn't flying, I was going by road. I would go by road on Friday, do my thing on Saturday. By Sunday, I'm back to the city of Port Harcourt to resume work on Monday. So,
Hmm.
two things. They said to me, visibility, this path that you are going into demands that you have to be visible. People need to know you, people need to hear your name because knowing you and hearing your name will increase the perception that they have about you, and then they may want to bring you or they want to buy from you. The second thing that one of them taught me, which is Victor Ebubasi. Victor Ebubasi said, Emeka, where are your income assets? He said to me, you've got to have income assets. You've got to have income assets. So it's not enough to say that you're a public speaker or you're a thought leader or you are whatever you are. You have to have income assets. And what are those income assets? The things that you create that you can exchange money for. The things that you can create to exchange money for. So online courses, books, ebooks, coaching experiences, trainings, develop as many as they are, all right? And it doesn't necessarily need to be all the time virtual. You can have merchandise that you can also sell. You can have printed books that you can also sell. So you've got to have income assets. So those were the two key things that these individuals taught me. Now, between 2010 that I began nurturing that idea to leave paid employment, I gave myself a 5-year plan. I said between 2010 to 2015, I would have done a lot of things according to what I have been trained on or the things that I will advise to do to give me enough ample time to solidify my feet in the industry before stepping out. So that time between 2006 to 2010 to 2015, but I eventually resigned on the 18th of March 2016. So it wasn't 2015, it was 2016 that I eventually resigned. So between that time that I made that desire and the time that I left paid employment, I had done all those things that were required of me. Not to perfection, but sufficient enough to allow me to move into the next phase of my life. So I had income assets, I had visibility, I was growing on social media, and so I was able to resign. Now the thing is this: one of the things that will deal with you on this path of resigning to really do something else is fear. Is fear is fear. So, but for me, what I how I dealt with fear was number one, what the Bible says that faith cometh by hearing and by hearing the word. And in this case, I'm not talking about reading the Bible or listening to your pastor. I'm talking about the words that amplify belief in you, words that amplify the possibilities of success, words that amplify the confidence that you've got in yourself to be able to move on the path. And so I was connecting to individuals who had who didn't have dampened faith. I was connecting with individuals who are on a journey of wealth. I was reading articles. I was doing a whole lot to amplify these things, to build my faith. And eventually I was able to resign. Do I still have some form of fear today? Of course, as an individual, but realize that the Bible says that faith cometh by hearing and hearing by the word. So the things that I hear, the things that I build my spirit with, these things amplify the possibilities of success for me. Right. And then another thing you need to realize is that by the time you have evidence, all right, um, by the time you have evidence, it builds your faith. So, for example, my wife, I remember when I went to speak at an event and they paid me. That was my first event where I went and they paid me 50,000 naira for 45 minutes. I came back and I split that money and I gave her. And I was like, man, this thing is actually working, it's making sense. So there was faith now that had been built because result had manifested. Am I making sense? So as you're doing the things
Yes.
you're doing and you're manifesting results, those things will help you to say, yes, this path that I'm going into is actually going to be a great decision. And it doesn't mean that when you eventually move on to that path, that it will be all rosy. You know, people go to church and they tell them the path of a just man is a shining light that shines brighter and brighter. They take this idea and they come into business and they feel like the thing will just be shining, shining. My dear, there's some days you wake up everywhere black. It's not about if you like kabash, everywhere with all dark. Be like say God just the vex for you that day. But you need to realize that what that thing does for you is to also build your faith because they usually say something that sailors are made in storms. Sailors. I mean, there's a popular saying that sailors, expert sailors, experienced sailors are made from storms and not from calm seas. So you've been sailing all your life. Every sea has been calm, calm, calm. Then when the storm now comes, that is the time they will test you as a sailor. All right. So the path of a just man shines brighter and brighter. It will not happen in business. You need to realize that. What that should make you understand, that scripture should make you understand that despite the darkness of the times, all right, have faith that the path will come out brighter. Am I making sense? So, I mean,
Yes.
that's how the thing is. I hope I've been
Whoa.
able to answer.
You did justice to it. Thank you so much, sir. That's really an in-depth and elaborate one. Like I'm writing a lot here. And to you listening out there, the summary is plan. Don't just go out there and you want to do things and say you have faith. Even the Bible said it that who builds a house without sitting down and making plans? So about the transitioning, he made plans. He knew where he wanted to go to. He not like he had the whole picture, but he understand the 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 thing he wants to do, like a glimpse of it. So he set out a plan, which also go hand in hand with goal. He made mention of 5 years goal and mentorship. The one that shook me is when he said he slept in Bankole Williams' house for 1 week. If you know Bankole Williams, you should know he's a very young person. Probably the Don is older than him, and the Don worked with Shale. So this is something some other person would say, is this not just a small boy? Why will I even go and learn from him? What do he even know? Whoa, that one really it's I was marveled by that particular part. Mentorship, it doesn't matter what age that person is. If you know someone who knows what you believe you need, go there. It does not matter what it costs you. You must not have all the luxury. That is where taking the risk comes in. Take the risk. Don't wait until you figure everything out, or when you have the money to fly from Sokoto to Port Harcourt. Don't wait until you have money to fly from Abuja to Port Harcourt. You can actually take it by road and trust God to help you, because it all starts with a step. So this is a time to start out. The one that baffled me the most is experienced sailors are made from the storm. Whoa, like, don't be scared. Do it scared. Be okay with the little beginnings and take the risk. Thank you so much, sir. I've written a lot like this. I'm really enjoying this session. Honestly, for me, I sincerely believe that mentorship goes a long way, coaching goes a long way. Even if you don't want a long-term mentor, go and learn from the person, someone who have gone ahead of you. You made mention of books. Get books in line with what someone have written, in line with what you want to learn and someone have written on it. Myself, I've read few of Mr. Didon's books, and at a point when I was starting out as an author, it really changed me. Like, it gave me a perception. It's just like someone actually pushed me, like, take this leap. I was so uncertain about the whole process, but reading his book changed the whole game for me. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for that
Thank you.
explicit answer. Okay, sir. The next question, which I already mentioned earlier, is what are the challenges of running business online? The world is going digital. Everyone wants to feature on the digital space. What are the challenges that one should look out for? And probably, if you have one or two answers to proffer a solution to the challenges, it will really be appreciated. But what are the challenges one should look out for as someone who is starting up to do business online?
Yeah, but the thing is that the thing that challenges are actually there. Every when people say online business, there's nothing like an online business. What is there is that you're bringing your business into the online space. All right, that's what it is. You are bringing your business into the online space. And I don't know if I can call those things challenges per se. So let me use social media for example. At the beginning, you may find out that you may be right, you may be creating all the content you're creating, and nobody's actually, not that somebody's not actually paying attention, but it can be like a graveyard. I mean, you're creating everything you're creating. It looks like it's only you that is even consuming what you're creating. Trust me, by the time I started out on social media, far back as 2011, 2006, 2007, it was like a graveyard to me. So I'll create and create. Nobody's even resharing. I mean, there were very scanty comments and all that, but I didn't give up. So I just kept at it. Kept not today now that I wake up and I'm seeing 50 notifications. People are tagging me all over the place. But it wasn't like that at the beginning. So that could be a challenge for some individuals. And it can be very depressing for some people. I mean, they create the content, they create a piece of content, they come back, nobody has liked it, they go and like it by themselves. You get what I mean? They'll press like or press love, at least to even make the content. It's okay. Other people, okay, like say, I don't love them, come and love it. You get what I mean? Comments will now become very scarce and all that. But if you keep at it, you find out that as you keep doing it, learning and doing what is required, what the first follower will come, the second follower will come, just like that, and then you keep increasing. For me, that's how it is. And then another thing could be usually every things that affect every business person is sometimes let's call it the paucity of funds. I mean, for me now there are certain things I really want to do with money, but the money is not really available. For example, I want to put my billboard like you're walking, you come into the city of Port Harcourt, you move around and you see like 20 billboards of Emeka Nobis. I mean, if a billboard is at an average of let's say 500,000 naira a month, so check how much that I'm going to spend to be able to do like 20, 30 billboards all over the city of Port Harcourt, right? So money sometimes can be a very big challenge for us. For me, most times when I start my project, the money is not even in bulk all the time. Like, let me give you a particular example. So I wanted to pay for the hall that I'm using for my event on the 1st of July. They said 900,000 naira. Did I pay all at the same time? No, I just dropped 100,000 naira. I just drop 100,000 naira to hook the date. Even the hotel that I'm using for the next day's event, I just dropped 50,000 naira the first day and I bought the date. So gradually, as I kept on pushing towards the vision, like that, deals will come. This one will open, this door will open, just like that. And I started getting money, So money can also be a challenge, regarding you running your business, on the online space. So basically, some of the challenges that also happen in the offline space also happen in the online space. All right. So you've got to have, I mean, sometimes it could be network downtime, network downtime. So network can fail, and then something will happen. It could be your website can even crash, or somebody can hack your website. Do you get? Or I mean, anything can happen. Or we just have these challenges. You may not be able to itemize all completely, but the beautiful thing is that as long as you're in business, open up your heart to the fact that challenges will come. And I remember one time that I don't know if I mentioned the name, because it would be like I'm demarketing them. So I had a Nigerian company that was hosting my website, and then they came to me to tell me that mekanobis.com has a bug, and I'm like, okay, you guys know that the thing has a bug. Clean it up for me. And they were like, no, they don't clean up websites, that I have to go and do it by myself. I said, what should I do? And I went and hired a Pakistani, and I paid the guy. I can't remember how many dollars I paid the guy. The guy cleaned it and said they had done the work. I went back to the company. They said, yeah, okay, they've cleaned it fine. It wasn't up to 1 week again or 2 weeks. They shut down my site again. And they were like, man, that the bug is still there. I'm like, guys, you have seen this bug. You guys are in the tech space. Clean the bug for me. If I'm willing to pay. And they were like, no, no. So I hired the Pakistani again for the second time. The guy cleaned out, and said, but why is it that there's no bug again and all that? I went back, the company lifted the ban on my website. After like 2 or 3 weeks again, they shut me down again. I'm like, what the heck? So I said, man, this thing cannot continue. So I began to ask questions. What should I do? Somebody else said I should host my company on a company that I didn't even know. Like, it's not a popular company, a2hosting.com. I don't know. I always talk about these guys. A2, A number two, hosting.com. So I went to them, paid for it, and went to the other Nigerian company. And I said, okay, please give me some time to do another cleaning. The moment they lifted the ban, I moved my hosting immediately to the new site. And guess what? By the time the new site started hosting me, they found that I had a bug and they cleaned the bug. They told me that I have a bug, but they cleaned the bug. Until today, my website has been on. I mean, I pay $130 for my hosting every year, but I don't mind because my website is on, my website is running. For example, if that $130, you can make it in 2 or 3 days of sales. And so why would you not want to keep your website running all the time and with a stable company? So some of these challenges can happen, and all you need to do is that as a business individual, understand that these things will happen. These problems will come up. So fortify your mind, your mental strength to say that when the problems come, all right, when the problems come, have a way of, for example, in my real estate company now, I've been fighting to get what we call SCUMO, SCUMO from EFCC, all right, is a certificate that makes EFCC know that we are not using our real estate company for money laundering. All right. And so we have applied for this for a long time. And now, not all banks are very specific about that certificate. For Stanbic IBTC, I mean, we have our Zenith account is still running, but Stanbic says we can't run an account with them without our certificate. It's a special, I'm always special certificate, something about against money laundering. Do you get? And so that's cool. I'm always forgetting how to pronounce, how to say the full meaning. Guess what? Our account was shut down was placed on an embargo. We went, we begged, they opened it and gave us 3 months. We have been running helter skelter to get that certificate, and up until 4 days ago, the bank said that the certificate has still not been produced. EFCC has given us the number only, but not the certificate. They placed an
Hmm.
embargo again on our account. Do we say that we will not run a business? No, we have to find a way to run the business. So we can pass through money through personal accounts, even though it's not so easy. But then, as we're running now to still get the everything started out, I mean, when it's lifted, then we can take all the monies from the personal accounts and put back into our corporate account. So these things will happen. I mean, things will happen. You can go to work, generator will break down, internet will disappear. I mean, you remember the time that WhatsApp was down. How people were just running
Yeah.
up and down. All those people now move boom to Telegram. That's the strategy. That's a way to mitigate the disaster, right? So if WhatsApp was down, you moved over to what's it called? You moved over to um, to to what's it called, to Telegram, and you keep moving. So just to understand, and when these things happened, when that thing happened, something bad happened to me that day too. What was it, self? Okay, something, I think I was in a very bad mood that day when that thing happened. So I mean, I just rose up, called my brother on the phone, and said, "Man, today my mind did bad. Just allow me to breathe today." And so I stood up, and guess what I did? I went for a massage session. That's it. To be able to distress, to get my mind off the problems and distress. Do you get? So because I mean, you can't come and kill yourself. These are the things that will happen. So fortify your mental strength to be able to deal with these situations, and that's how we keep riding in business. I hope I made sense.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. You really made a lot of sense. Like, if there is another word to qualify that, you did. Thank you so much. So you already heard the Dawn. There is nothing like online business. You only you bring your business online. And when it comes to business, you should expect challenges. It's very peculiar with everything in life. Expect challenges. Don't say, oh, because you run it online, you will not have any problem. Like, they are bound to happen, they are bound to surface. You just have to keep on um, building the mental capacity to be able to chase it whenever you come across any, because they will definitely come. Thank you so much, sir. I really, really learned a
So
lot. And I know
Ella,
that they will.
let me say something at this point, which is something I shared at the seminar that I was invited to. In all the things that you are doing on this journey, build yourself into an identity that people will want to identify with. Am I making sense?
Hmm.
The Bible was clear
Yes.
that gives more will be given. I'm making sense. He that gives more,
Yes.
more shall be given. He that is increasing will increase further. I mean, these are real. If you are giving scarcely, I don't know if there's a word like that. Definitely, people will give you scarcely. That's what it means, basically. Am I making sense? And when you build yourself
Yes.
into a certain form of identity, people are now identifying with you, not necessarily for the value that you give, but because of the identity that you've become. Ella, let me make you understand something. People are not paying 50,000 naira to come and come and learn one edge shattering thing in Port Harcourt from me. They are paying because they want to come and identify with their identity called Emeka Nobis. That's the truth. Am I making
Hmm.
sense? So in this thing,
Yes.
you have to consistently work yourself into, because let me tell you what identity does. If you go into a shop and you buy a basketball, that basketball can cost you Say, give an example, $35, for example. But imagine that as you are buying that ball, Michael Jordan enters into the store and collects the balls in the store and signs on those balls. Guess what will happen to the price of those balls? What do you think will happen to the price of those balls?
It's
Automatically, the
going to
prices will go up because of the identity that has been
mm,
attached to the ball. Am I making sense? It is still a ball.
yeah,
Oh. The fact that Michael Jordan signed on the ball, an identity has impressed upon it. Am I making sense? So that is why. And
yes.
people will, I mean, on a almost on a daily basis, people come to my office, they are giving me this, they are giving me that. I mean, look at the VIP session. Somebody has given us honey. Somebody is giving us more jobs. Zobo is coming. This one is coming. Somebody gave me egg powder this morning. I mean, I don't even know what egg powder is. The man said, "Hey, use it and cook for those who are coming for VIP," because you have become an identity as a result of time and consistency and giving
Mm,
value to be a
mm,
blessing. Am I making sense?
mm,
So if you're not
yeah.
doing these things, you cannot be. It's not except you go and do babalawo so that when people come, you now blow breeze and they will blow powder. But it doesn't work that way. You've got to be an embodiment of value. Commit yourself to giving the value and build consistently. You now become an identity because of your manifestations, because of the products, because of the results that people are experiencing as a result of dealing or working with you or tapping into your intelligences. Am I making sense? So that is
Yeah.
how you put yourself into an identity, and it even helps you a whole lot more because when you do that, when you make a call, people easily rally around. When you do
Mm.
that, people will say, yes, this individual is an identity that I want to identify with. Let me go. So I need you to understand this before we go into the next question. All right.
Wow, wow, wow. That's uh, that's really deep, sir. And the thing you just shared is not everyone that will actually be generous enough to share this information. Like this exact one, people are so like, oh, it's God's grace. They are not going to tell you exactly how they were able to get people honor them, respect them, and see them as a brand to that level. But you were able to reveal the secrets. Omo, thank you so much, sir. I really, really appreciate that particular part. Build an identity for yourself. When you have built an identity, people are going to pay not to you, but to identify with the identity you have built. That is so much. Thank you so much, sir. And identity does not come from wishes. It does not come from I can't come and kill myself. You have to put in the work and not just doing it sparingly. You have to do it consistently because if you sow sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly, and if you sow bountifully, you're going to reap bountifully. Thank you so much for that amazing aha moment, sir. We really appreciate you.
Thank
So,
you.
the next question is there is something that really intrigued me about your person and what you do, and it's none else but the conversation you you host every year. Initially, I thought it's just like every other conference where people come, learn, and all that and pay. But on a closer look, I realized that the day you told me nobody's sponsoring this event, I was shocked because why will every other person choose to make merry with their friends and family on their birthday, and someone as great as you choose your birthday to be a day you impact other people, and you don't just end there, you go as far as bringing other knowledgeable and intentional people to come and educate young people specifically, like those in the career sector, those in business, those in tech and in politics, those in the ministry. Like when I say ministry, I mean the religion ministry. Like you are very intentional about informing everyone, more like fixing everyone where they should be. What inspired you to always do this on your birthday? There could be other days where you would do conversation with Dawn, But you chose your birthday of all days, a day you would have made merry, eat a lot of cake, and take a lot of calls. But you chose it to be a day you'll be in a hall, educating a good number of persons that will enjoy their own birthday on a different date. Please, sir, why did you choose that?
I don't know whether to say God spoke to me. It sounds so- I don't know whether to go that path, but I think I had a voice, so to say. I don't know whether to say it was God that spoke or anything, but I think I had a voice. That was before my 39th birthday. All right. I think I remember my 37th or my 38th. I spent it in Lagos. I woke up that morning, just laid down on the bed, and then I created an offer. I think I created an offer of 10K or something. I can't remember exactly. And in a period of like 3 hours, I had done 70K to 100K on that offer. I was just lying on the bed lazily. I think it was my 37th or 38th. And I was in Lagos that particular day, my brother's house, you know. So before I now got to 39, I think I had that voice that was like, I mean, use your birthday to be a blessing instead of just staying
Hmm.
home and offer. Because basically, over the years, I'm not the one that celebrates birthday. If you check, I'm not the one. I don't celebrate. I don't go and between all that. Today's my birthday. My birthday is coming. Wish me happy birthday. All those things that people do. I
Birthday
don't do all
wish.
those things. I think when I was even working as an engineer back in the days, there was even a year that I forgot my birthday. It was my mom that called me 3 days after to now ask me how did the birthday go. I'm like, eh. He said, yeah, 1st of July was your birthday. I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool. So I haven't been the one that celebrates birthdays. And is one of the issues I ever had with the women I dated back in the days. Like, it's their birthday and they're wondering why have you not wished me happy birthday? I'm like, yeah, and I forgot. Even my best friend, I forgot his birthday, June. I mean, sometimes I don't even remember. I don't even
Oh,
remember because I don't know. He has come to accept me like that. My head sometimes. I don't even feel bad, so to say, when someone doesn't even remember mine, so to say. Do you get? Because for me, I don't even look at birthdays like I don't know. It's just something people. I don't have issues with individuals. I don't have issues with individuals. Um, I don't have issues with individuals celebrating and doing all the things they do. But for
yeah.
me, it hasn't really been a celebratory thing for me. So that 39 birthday, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to use my birthday on the 39 to get people into a hall. And I did it. It was a Monday for that particular time. It was a Monday. So I had a 400-seater hall. About 300 individuals attended. Because it was a Monday, a lot of individuals were at work and all that. So from that feedback that I got, I decided I was not going to be doing it on Monday. If my birthday falls in on a Monday, I can either do it on a Saturday before or I do it the Saturday that's ahead. For example, now my coming birthday now, I think is going to fall on a Tuesday or so. So I'm thinking I'm going to shift it
Mm.
like for my fourth. I'm thinking that either I shift it ahead or I do it a day. On Saturday before that particular Tuesday. So
Yes.
this year's own fell in on a Saturday. So for the third birthday, fell in on a Saturday. And so the reason is this: I just felt this is a way to give back, to people to come to tap into my experiences. To come, the first one I did, I had a few speakers, and I was the one that spoke for a long time.
For a
And people,
long
I sat on
time.
the stage,
And people, I sort
and
of
people
think,
asked me questions
and
and
people
all
ask
that.
me questions and all that.
Ella, it's like something is
And
echoing at
like,
your
like
end.
something's echoing at your end.
Really? Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
I I'm not sure what exactly it is. I'm not using earpiece.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, like very sound and clear.
I don't know why it's
I don't know why it's.
It's still echoing now.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Can
it
you go
is.
off
Can
and
you
come
log?
back?
Can you jump and come back?
Okay.
Okay, so to answer that question, I said it's a day for me to just give back, to get people to just listen and tap into the intelligences of people. This year, I'm bringing 7 speakers. I mean, I've gone to the length to bring them. guys who are doing amazing, women who are doing amazing in all the things that they do. People like Ella, Nepo Dapa, Richard Chile, Olumati Isaiah, Nnamdi Ibe, my friend Tubore Olumore. All these individuals are coming to be a blessing to those who will be there. And I'm also bringing my friend Jamie Pajoel. He has come in from Canada and he's currently in Port Harcourt right now. And he will be on a special session on the stage. And I'm also bringing a 93-year-old man to be on the stage to answer certain questions. All right. And so I think he has stopped. Ella, he has stopped. And so I use the birthday to be able to be a blessing, basically. That's all. That's all.
Hmm.
So just to be a blessing, touch people's lives. There'll be connections. Trust me, some individuals have met their wives at my events. So that day, maybe you may see your wife, maybe you may see your husband. It's possible. Some individuals have received ideas to birth their own businesses. Some individuals have had remarkable connections because such events, you need to realize that only the intentional actually go to such events. I'm not going there to
Yeah.
be doing dancing, booga booga. No, no. I mean, the music that will be played that day may be towards the ending and not even within. So it's all about learning, it's all about connections, it's all about networking. So those who are coming for the event will have the opportunity to enjoy all the benefits that will be given. So I think I've been able to answer that question, Ella.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much, sir. And one thing about this particular kind of event is that sometimes people don't just meet their life partner. Just like you said, business idea comes there, and you might even get to say something, and someone there will just say, "Okay, I'm going to sponsor or support this thing you're doing," just maybe because you asked the question or because you actually answered the question. So for every place you go, there is always something to take out of it. Thank you so much, sir. I was really, really marveled at that. Really, it can only be God and a lot of determination and a heart for the growth of others that would make someone choose to use their birthdays to educate and impact other people, even though they have, it's not money they're looking for. They have all the luxury to make every other thing work and to make all the merriment they need or they should make, but they choose to use it for impact. So this is really, really a wonderful thing to behold, and it's such a beautiful thing because it shows a certain level of leadership and commitment to the growth of others. And just like the Bible would always say, if you want to lead, then you have to be willing to serve. A leader is a servant. And that is what you just played out here. You're not just concerned about you, you're concerned about the growth of others, the impact of what you even went as far as bringing older people who have gone far. They easily relate to almost all the experiences of life. Thank you so much, sir. I am really, really blessed by this session. I wonder what the conversation with the Dawn on a Saturday next week is going to look like if this session is looking this way. Okay, the next question, sir. You support young people a lot. You support people. I know you support people. I've seen several times where you're doing things, you're supporting people financially, visibility wise. You just shine the spotlight on them without most times not charging them and whatnot. You just go out of your way to do it. It's more like giving others ladders to climb on. But something is peculiar about young people. You're very much intentional about young people. Was there any part of your life where you were deprived of something and you feel like you need to give it to these people? Because most of the things you do, we are the ones, we the young ones, are mostly the ones that are benefiting from it. Yes, there are older people who also benefit from it. But I think you single-handedly have passion for people in their 20s, 30s, like you support them with so much generosity, both financially, like just previous day you announced a lady who her sister needs an assistant. It's a very, very peculiar thing and remarkable one. So I want to know, was there a part of your life that inspired you, or it's also a part of just an inspiration you just came up with, or it's just part of you, part of your calling?
All right. So the thing is this: the first point is the fact that if you create streams of prosperity around you, the better for you. If you are the one-eyed man in the city of the blind people will hold you on your shirt, they will drag you on your feet because they need your eyes to see. Those eyes will become strained, at some point you may even go blind because everybody is tapping into those two eyes. So, but when you create people open their eyes, there will be enough light for you to even walk out. Because if you are the only one that has the light and darkness is surrounding you, the more prosperous individuals, the better for your life. Trust me, is the greatest way to live. That you empower other individuals. I mean, the thing is that some individuals are scared of if I empower this individual now, he will buy Jeep, he will build mansion. I don't understand it really. I don't understand it really. So if you empower someone, can you understand that there could be someone that you will empower, an individual has more money than you, but this individual, by his virtue of you empowering him, he can bring that much more money that he has to even help you. Not making sense. So you may empower the individual, and the individual has money,
Yes.
and you don't have a car. The individual can one day wake up, buy you the latest Jeep in town. So the good thing is to create as many prosperous individuals around you. That is my goal. That is my desire, and that is how I live. That is why I create all the content I create. That is why I help in. So I have a platform. I may not have all that plenty money. Let me tell you the truth. Some of these companies that you're seeing me that I'm buying into, some of them are not up to 1 million that I'm bringing. Some of them are not up to 500,000 that I'm bringing. So I'm bringing my ideas, I'm bringing my energies, I'm bringing that money to start out. All right, to start out. And as the company starts out, as I'm bringing my energy, bringing my influence, trust me, the mere fact that I said about the company that the Emeka Nobis is partnering with this company now, and I have a stake in the company, automatically some individuals transfer the trust that they have for me to the company automatically. Automatically. Some individuals are now asking, Emeka, I want to buy shares in the company. I'm like, okay, calm down, calm down. We have not gotten there yet. Because the mere fact that Emeka Nobis is now with the company, they have come to see that by virtue of the integrity that I have worked in, then this company is a company that should be associated with. And I tell them, calm down. We have not reached there yet. Just calm down. When we get to that point, we will see. Do you get me? And so it's important for you to realize that the more prosperous individuals that you raise, the better for you. I feel that's it. So imagine now, for example, I have a platform and somebody has a problem, and I've raised many prosperous individuals. For example, the lady that I wrote about on my timeline that has health problem, my dear, people began to donate money. They were sending me screenshots of the money that they sent, some 10,000, some 50,000. I mean, the girl has now been able to buy her drugs while they are waiting for more diagnosis. They have been able to buy the drugs. How was that possible? Because of prosperous individuals. Imagine if I had
Hmm.
broke people around me, all they will be sharing is God will bless him. Please let them hook up to this prayer. Let them do this. I'm not saying those things are all bad. I'm saying that in addition to you praying for this individual, bring out your money to support. Am I making sense here? So if I had a lot of broke individuals
Yes.
around,
Yeah.
nobody will be sending, they won't be sending money. Do you get what I mean? They won't. That is the first thing you have to realize that the more prosperous individuals that you have around you, there'll be more lights for you to walk in. Is it not good to walk in brighter
Hmm.
lights than to walk in darkness? I don't know. Maybe you like darkness. I don't know if you're bad. If you're bad, too, that means you're not a human being. But if you're a human being, you should love the light. You should love the light. The second thing is leaving a legacy. If you study somebody like Don Jazzy, I don't know if you guys have two individuals in Nigeria, Don Jazzy
Yes.
and Richard Moffett Damijo. Don Jazzy and Richard Moffett Damijo. Go and study the lifestyles of these individuals. These individuals are establishing a legacy across all generations. So you see a Richard Moffett Damijo, he's relating with those who are above him, he's relating with those who are at his level, and he's also relating with individuals who are beneath him. Go and check. The same thing with Don Jazzy. He's relating with those who are at the top, he's relating with those who are at his level, and he's relating with people who are at the. So over a lifetime, you become relevant. You don't fade away because you are connected. Because these young people
Hmm.
that you say that I help and I do that, these individuals will be the CEOs of tomorrow. These individuals will be the movers and shakers of tomorrow. I am not doing it for them to come and remember me and give me money and all that, but they can take the earnings and also replicate in the lives of other people so that we can
Hmm.
together create a lot more prosperous individuals around us. That is the essence, nothing else. And to stay relevant. So it will not be to the point that you just become irrelevant. Nobody's hearing your name anymore. Nobody. So my life is that I want to relate with those who are ahead of me, those who are at my level, and even more importantly, those who are upcoming. That is how I want to live my life. So it's my
Hmm.
choice. I don't know. Other individuals have their choices in life, but this is the choice that Emeka Nobis has made for himself. Trust me, human investment seems to be the best investment that somebody can make. Literally.
Hmm.
I can tell you for a fact that when we did our tours last year, human help came. Individuals built themselves, constituted themselves, and ran around for us in the different cities. All me and Nnamdi were doing was taking our bag and stepping into the city the day before, delivering the training, doing our session on a Saturday, and by Sunday, most times we are out of the city. Individuals who are present there, whom we have been a blessing to, by themselves, did great work for us. Do you get what I mean?
Oh,
And so, human
yes.
investment, the place that we slept in Lagos. The guy paid 600,000 naira for us to use a five-bedroom mansion, five-bedroom shortlet in Lekki, in Lagos. Guess what? The guy is asking us again that we're coming to Lagos. Where do you want to stay? I will take care of it. Here in Ghana, a woman helped us also to stay in her house because Ghanaians were asking us to pay. The hotels were asking us to pay $100. No, not 100. I think $100 a night for the shortlets. A woman helped us. So human investments. The number of shoes now that I have, I don't think I may want to buy shoes in the next 2 years. Different people. This birthday now that is coming, I'm sure that I'm going to get up to 5 pairs of shoes, if not more, because of human beings, people that you have touched. Even the content that you create on social media, the content you create on social media is building someone else. You don't know. That's why when I see individuals who are hoarding themselves, they don't understand what they are doing to themselves. When I see individuals,
Hmm.
every money that you spend should not be the one that comes from your pocket. Every money that you spend
Yes.
should not be the one that has to come from your pocket all the time. Individuals should be able to, by virtue of your blessedness, dip their hands into their own pocket and bring money to support your cause.
Hmm.
That is the essence of being present in people's lives and being a blessing. I don't know if I'm making
Hmm.
sense, all right? And
Very
so,
well.
be be part of people's lives. The content that you create, do not stop hoarding your content. Stop hoarding your content. For me, I feel it's poverty mentality that is worrying a lot of individuals. Create, transform, empower, enlighten, inspire, motivate. These are the things you should be doing. That small thing that you've done that is giving you results, why don't you talk about it, share? Someone will tap into this and they will not forget you because you are the source or you are the bridge that led them from one part of the bridge to the other side of the bridge. So I think that's the answer to that particular question.
Yes. You did justice to that. Thank you so much, sir. You really did justice to the question. That's a lot of decision backed up a very strong conviction. In other words, you can't just wake up, someone cannot wake up tomorrow and try to talk you out of it because you have your reasons. You have a very clear intentions of doing it. You're not doing it out of impulse to just share people and showcase what they do and shine the spotlight on them. Obviously, you do it on the base of building humanity and not solely because of what will come out of it, but majorly on allowing others to get there, to allowing others to get the light that is already in you, more like shining your light so that you can also, just like a candle, you can also light up every other candle in the room, because you know that at some point your light might go off, or even the wax might just wear off. You know that you can easily get light from other people. So focus on building
Honey?
people. That is one of the answers. And also focus on building legacy. Don't just be there to buy motor, to build a house. Those things are good, but if that's only thing, the reason why you're making money, why you're building your visibility and making, trying to make name for yourself and connecting with big people, you achieve little or nothing. In the end, you will not feel fulfilled. A wise man once said that what brings happiness is not money, but what you do to get the money and how you share the money. That is what brings happiness in life and fulfillment. So you have to be intentional. Stop hoarding your value. Everything is not money. Everything is not money. Stop hoarding your value. Hoarding your value or even the resources you can use to help others means that you don't believe that more will come. You only trust in the little you have now. And for everything you received is a glimpse of what you can actually receive. Thank you so much, sir. That's really, really an amazing answer. I really picked a lot from that session. So the next question on the list is, how do you stay motivated? Looking how unstable the society is, how do you stay motivated? What keeps you on your toe? Like, people get depressed and just deactivate the account and they don't even want to bother about people they are impacting. Sometimes people just zone out. You won't even see them around. Some will even quit their job for unknown reason. How do you stay motivated? Does it mean there is a way to this thing, or it's just natural for you? Okay. I don't know what is happening. I'm going to leave.
Oh, well, I don't know. Ella, can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly now? Network network seems to be an issue tonight, but we will be able to deal. All right. So if you guys can hear me clearly, so we're having to battle with some issues with um, the network, but we are here. Ella, we are back on network.
Yes. It's freezed from your end, so I had to go off and come back. So I don't know if you got to the last
Okay.
question, sir.
All right. So yeah, you said what motivates me. I mean,
Yes.
I'm self motivated. I'm self motivated, and this is what I can say. Some individuals have strengths in different things. There are individuals who wake up in the morning and they find it easy to go to the gym and they can gym for hours. I'm not yet the gym freak or the gym bomb. I don't know the word now. But when it comes to utilizing my gift of writing, forget. I can stay in one place and I can write lengthy pieces. It's just the way it is. So I'm self motivated. I wake up with a desire to be a blessing. I wake up and to say to myself that I cannot just not drop content that can touch someone's life somewhere today. So that's just it about me. I don't think there are any technical response to that. Just to say that Emeka Nobis is self-motivated. I wake up every day with a desire to want to touch someone's life by virtue of the content that I'm creating, the stories I'm sharing, the snippets I'm dropping. I feel that that's just the joy that I get every day. I have that, by the time I'm done, I have that fulfillment, and that is it for me. So I think that's just the simplest answer to that question.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, sir.
Can
So
you hear
it
me, Ella?
still boys. Yes, I can hear you, sir. Yes, I heard all you said. Hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Ella, I can hear you.
This network. Hello. Can anyone hear me from that end?
Yeah, Ella, we can hear you from where we are. But hey, guys, I don't know. Have you gotten some form of value from what we have been sharing so far? If you've got some value, I feel that we are going to be ending the live stream anytime soon. So, but if you've got some value from what we've been sharing, please let me know in the comment section that you have been truly blessed tonight to have heard the things that we have been sharing and if they have been of great value to you. By the way, as I said, I'm inviting you to conversations with a dawn at 4 to 3 on the 1st of July here in the city of Port Harcourt. There is no virtual live stream, there's no virtual session of it. Everything is physical. You have to be in the hall. People are coming all the way from Abuja, from Lagos, from Benin Republic, far places, Kaduna to be there. So there's no live stream, there's no live virtual session of it. Everything happening will happen physically inside the hall. So I'm inviting you to be there, 1st of July, be part of what we are doing. Seven speakers, myself will also answer questions. There will be connections, there will be network, there'll be fun, there'll be comedy, a whole lot of beautiful things will happen on that day. It's absolutely free. I'm not charging you anything. For those, I don't know if you've heard about the VIP session, VIP intensive, which we hold the next day. But that is not open to everyone. That is only open to individuals who can afford to pay 50,000. But the truth is that all the 100 spots have now been booked, and so we don't have any open spot anymore for registrations. Okay, so I'm inviting you to be part of it. So I don't know if you've got questions, any more questions. that you would like me to answer before we call it a day? I don't know if you got any other question for me to answer. If there are other questions you'd like me to answer, let me know. If Ella, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Thank you so much. The last question is regards to the conversation
Hello,
with the
Ella.
dog. Yes, I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm here.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, the last question um, I want to ask is regards to the speakers
I can
you
hear
picked for
you.
the okay. The speakers you picked for the conversation with a Dawn at 43. What informed your choice of speakers? Why did you choose those people to
Yeah, I can hear
speak in?
you.
Oh,
This network has become something terrible. Ella, I don't know. Go ahead with that. Go ahead with the last question.
oh. I'm sorry about that. I don't entirely understand why I keep on the network is the glitch is too much. Hmm, it's still hanging.
Yeah, so go ahead. I think that's the last question, so we can wrap. Ella, go ahead. All right, guys. So I think she wants to ask me about the session, the conversations with the Don. So I think I have been able to do justice to that. Conversations with the Don here in the city of Port Harcourt. It's completely a live session, and I'm inviting everyone to be part of it. It's absolutely free. Please come be part of it. It will be beautiful to have every one of you coming for the session. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in to this live stream, and God bless everyone that partook in this live stream. I think Ella, I'm ending it. I think the question you wanted to ask me was about the session, so I have some information regarding the session. So I'm inviting
Okay, it's
everyone, first of
5 minutes
July.
left.
If
They
we
were
have the time
talking
to do
about
another
how
live
humanity
stream
stands.
before the first of July, fine. But if there's no other thing to ask me, I think.
Okay, bye. Thank you, sir.
Manage time for. Okay, I think I've answered that. Ella, before you joined in, I answered that particular question.
Okay.
So mm,
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for answering all the questions. We really appreciate you. And to you listening to us, make sure you join the conversation with a Dawn at 43. From every part of the world, people are
right.
attending. Don't cheat yourself. Make sure you are in attendance.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Good night, everyone. God bless you. See you at Conversations with the Dawn at 43. Good night and God bless you all. Bye.